Let me try that again. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. It is July 31st, 2024, and I'm excited to continue our Pillars of Joy conversation this morning, among other things. So join us now for an all new episode of Project Joy Live. Hello, friends. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you are having an amazing week so far. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and this is Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We've got a great show on tap for you today, and I hope you're ready for it. Are you ready for some joy? Let me know in the comments. If you're joining us live or on the replay, I'd love for you to share where you're joining from and what's bringing you joy as we head into the morning brew. Oh, I hope you guys are awake this morning. I had to give a little shout out this morning. I've been meeting with a couple of friends, Brittany and Teresa, early mornings. We're going on we're like a 3.5 weeks in, almost a full month of getting up every morning and giving ourselves some self-care movement of some kind. That at least that was my goal. I'll speak for myself. My goal for myself was to show up and have movement of some kind, whether that's stretching, walking, exercise, whatever. And so it's been like, I don't know, 3.5 weeks, and it feels really good to have gotten up every single day. I'm an early riser anyway, so well, I was. I still consider myself an early riser, even though with the health things that I've shared lately, it's been a little off. But I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm still consider myself an early riser. It's just a little hiccup, um, but it does feel good to move my body, and I think I may have had a movement or fitness breakthrough this morning, because I think I may have found something that I actually really love. I'm not going to share about it yet because I want to feel into it a little bit more, but I'm gonna share about it soon. Anyway, on the show today, we're going to continue our Pillars of Joy conversation coming up later. This is a series that I wanted to start leaning in on because I realized that for myself, we've kind of made this shift on Project Joy Live, which I'll go into when we get to the segment. But and I've realized that there are those pillars, there are those things that help me to be in joy regularly. So we're going to talk about that coming up. We're going to kick it off with celebrating today, talk about our national days and how I am celebrating. I'm celebrating one of the national days right now as we speak. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite morning breakfast recipes. And then after the break, you are going to get a firsthand look at something that is bringing me incredible joy today. Then we've got birthdays and whatnot coming up as well. But speaking of that thing that's bringing me joy today, yesterday was the world premiere of the teaser trailer for my upcoming documentary, The Friendship Paradox, which comes out in November 29th to be exact, which is Friendsgiving. Usually, I read that Friendsgiving usually happens the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the Friday after. So I said, we're going to go with the Friday one because it's more common to be the Friday one. So, Friendsgiving, my documentary comes out November 29th, 2024, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And yesterday on International Friendship Day, I shared the first look teaser trailer for the documentary, literally 57 seconds long. but I cry every time I see it, and I'm the one that put it together. So I want to have a moment of gratitude here this morning. Um, Everybody that took the time to reach out, um, share their excitement, share the video. The sharing the video, you get bonus points if you did that. And it's one of those things where I just want to kind of set the record straight. So many people that have been on the show or have been associated with me in some kind of way have said the words to me, what can I do for you, Jessica? How can I help? And a lot of times it's just like, well, would love it if you'd watch a show, whatever. Ultimately, I am a person, acts of service is my love language, but it has to be genuine acts of service. So, meaning I don't want anyone to do anything for me that they don't want to do. So, for me to tell somebody what to do often feels like, okay, I just don't want to eat. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But all of that being said, I'm kind of going back on it for this one thing. This documentary, guys, really has a piece of my heart and soul. And if you've ever asked me that question, what can I do to help you? How can I support you? Something of that nature. And I was wishy-washy with my answer. I am not wishy-washy now. I would love for everyone to share the documentary trailers when they come out, share about the documentary themselves, go to the friendshipparadox.com and sign up for notifications for the documentary. That is what I would love. That is what it would mean the most to me. And I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody that took literally the half a second it took to share out that video yesterday, and give their thoughts or message me or whatever. I'm so appreciative. And so I'm going to show you guys, now that it's got this little official ad spot, I can share it with you on Project Joy Live in the morning. So you're going to see that coming up here in case you missed it yesterday as well. We've got birthdays and all that good stuff as well. So it's going to be a great show. Listen, Miss Brittany's out there in that VIP seat. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. Nancy said, good morning. I am so excited. I can put you right in my TV with for my morning joy. Yes, I love being on the big screen. Hello. Good to see you. Hey, what's up this morning? Good to see you here this morning, Diggs. Miss Rhonda's here today. Good morning. She said it was an amazing trailer. Thank you so much. Gets me emotional. I felt like I struggled to create that trailer because I sat down with 26 people to have at minimum hour-long conversations. So I have almost together 30 hours worth of footage. So to come up with a 57-second trailer for 30 hours worth of footage, it was a lot. It was a lot on my heart, because I just wanted to, I ultimately was able to include a little clip of everybody and grab, of course, that beautiful quote from 90-year-old master educator Caldwell Williams about friendship. And it just I've got chills again. So thank you everyone so much for your support for that. Let's get into the show, guys, and celebrate today with some national days kicking us off. It's a reason to celebrate, and I love looking at national days. And this national day today, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite morning breakfast treats that I enjoy, because, my friends, it is National Avocado Day. It's one of the vegans' favorite holidays. National Avocado Day, one of my favorite days. And I guess it is what it is. I wasn't sure, everybody a few years ago started going a little crazy about avocado toast. And I'm like, that doesn't sound appealing to me. And then there was a local coffee shop that served it. And I was shook. They used to serve the avocado on toast, but put tahini on it. And raise your hand if you love some tahini, or let me know if you've never had it before. It's like the best seasoning ever. And so I was taken away to a very special place when I had this avocado toast. And so then there was a recipe that I got from Forks Over Knives that I had done for quite some time that had avocado on the toast, but it also had some, I forget what all was on there. I think it might have been mushrooms or something on there. But that's another really amazing recipe. And you put like this balsamic glaze over the top. Again, completely shook. I kept thinking, I guess, in my head that avocado toast was just like this toast with avocado in it, and that does not appeal to me at all. However, I want to share with you guys what I eat really often for breakfast this morning, and I actually have it right here with me today, this morning. Okay, so I usually get a super high quality whole grain bread or sourdough. My stomach doesn't do really well with grains unless it's super high quality, organic, or sourdough is really the best one for me. But I put, ready for this? I put some smashed avocado on the top, and then a little salt and pepper. And then on the top of that, you guys can see these are some local radish microgreens. I always get fresh microgreens, organic microgreens of some kind. So radish, broccoli. I like ones with a little bit of a bite though. So that's why I picked the radish, a little bit of a kick. And then couple dabs. Do not do not douse the whole thing of a little hot sauce on there. Little hot sauce on there. But that's one of my typical breakfasts. Occasionally I'll add a little bit of mashed beans on there or something, but this is my usual. It's the sourdough, it's the avocado, it's the salt and pepper, microgreens, little dash of hot sauce, and it'll do you. It will do you so good. So good. Yes. Yes, we are doing it. Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you today. Mushroom avocado toast is your favorite. That is so sad. Oh my gosh, that would make me so sad to be allergic to avocados. Never had Tajín. So it's Tajine. I think it's like like a Mexican type seasoning. Anyway, that also came, I had a thing of Tajín that came in my Raising the Bar box. For some of you that are behind on the party here, I stopped all consumption of alcohol a few months ago, and I got this Raising the Bar. There's a subscription box called Raising the Bar that you get every month. And it's all non-alcoholic cocktails. And this last month, I wish I would have I need to start taking pictures and videos of me with these boxes because they're so much fun, but I go through them so quickly because they're so amazing. But this last month was sponsored by Danny Trejo. Some of you guys know him, the actor. You may not know that Danny Trejo has a non-alcoholic version of tequila, which is incredible. So this whole box was sponsored by Danny Trejo and his non-alcoholic tequila. So they have, usually each box has like 3 different non-alcoholic cocktail recipes. And the one of them, oh my God, it was so good. It had like this pineapple soda with Danny Trejo's tequila, and the glass is rimmed with the Tajín. So good. So good. It's like a little sweet, little spicy, little bubbly, little it's little sour. It's so good. It was so incredible. So anyway, this is I'm not sponsored by Raising the Bar, Danny Trejo, Tajín, Jarritos pineapple soda. Not sponsored by any of that. Just a proud consumer over here. This message was brought to you by my avocado toast on this National Avocado Day. We got somehow down a rabbit hole, but here we are. In addition, it is National Mutt Day. National Mud Day. And apparently, this actually has 2 days, July 31st and December 2nd. And it encourages us to embrace, save, and celebrate mixed breed dogs. A lot of times, people, will pay money and go to breeders and all of that. And then that leaves all of these mixed breed dogs needing someone to love in shelters. So definitely look into some beautiful, friendly, lovable mutts today and December 2nd. It's also, if you can't get behind the avocado, if you can't have a dog, then go get yourself some raspberry cake because it's National Raspberry Cake Day. And friends, I'm going to stick to my avocado toast today. I don't think I'm going to have raspberry cake. However, it sounds so good. And National Raspberry Cake Day is jubilantly feasted each year on July 31st. Therefore, today is the day to enjoy raspberry cake because it is a cool and refreshing dessert and is indeed a summertime favorite around the United States. Remember, you can find all of these national days at nationaldaycalendar.com. And I hope you find something to celebrate today. I love that y'all are laughing at me this morning. That's great. Good morning, Kevin. Oh my gosh, you guys, Kevin freaking Kiley has an all new song out on Friday called Secrets. And if did y'all see that hot artwork? Have you guys seen that? I think that is my favorite album art that I have done for Kevin so far. I think if you guys have, go look. I'll have it on my social media. I've been posting it, but I'll post it again later. Go pre-save the song, and when you see that beautiful, I'm telling you, I have a gift. I have a gift. This is my favorite artwork. It is a vibe. Okay, so go pre-save Secrets. Of course, we'll be playing it for you on Friday and whatnot because we have the in here. I know him. I know Kevin Kiley. Okay, so I'll have that for you on Friday. All of that said, let's get into our topic today in the Daily Uplift as we continue with our pillars of joy. Of Kevin Kiley. That was a nice little intro there. Yeah. Okay. So it's our daily uplift. I decided to dive into a series where we're leaning into the pillars of joy, things that I have determined for me help me be joy on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. And this idea sort of comes from this transition that we've made on Project Joy. For those of you that are new to the show, there has been sort of a shift in focus over the years. This is season 5. So 5 years I've been doing this show. And we had, in the beginning, I talked a lot about the importance of where to find joy, looking for joy kind of outside of ourselves. I had come up with that very first season of Project Joy podcast. I'd come up with 52 different places to find joy. Some of those things, it was challenging, finding joy in grief, finding joy in loss, a lot of things like that. And also hearing from where other people find their joy. And then we sort of moved into, as we went from the Project Joy podcast to Project Joy Live, being the creator of the joy. How can you create a space around you that is ripe for joy, for experiencing joy? And then really this year we've moved into, because it came up so often last year, of joy being like internal, who we are, that now that's what we've moved into this season of joy is who we are. And it's really this notion that joy encompasses our life experience, that our life itself is joy. We are joy. Sometimes we lose touch with that. Sometimes we've got to reach in a little deeper. And sometimes we need to get out of our heads that joy has to look like a particular thing. Amen? Okay. It doesn't have to look like a particular thing. There's joy that can be found in a really hefty cry. You know what I mean? There really is, because there's so much joy in that release. There's so much joy in our ability as humans to emote in that kind of way. There's so much joy in eh, the realization of how the human body works when we cry. Like, where does the liquid come from? Like, all of these different thoughts. It's a rabbit hole thought, but my point is that we've moved into this space of joy being who we are. And the more that we can lean into that feeling and that knowing, the more we can experience what we typically think of as joy, peace, love, happiness, all of that. So, I talked about on Monday this flag that I saw at my local beach here in New London, Connecticut. Now, I've seen that flag 950 times, but it really hit me because I had been going through a really challenging week physically. And the flag, for anybody that was not here on Monday, it I just looked up and it hit me, and the flag says, "Don't give up your ship. Don't give up the ship. Don't give up the ship." And I thought, of course, I'm not supposed to give up. Like, I got to keep going. And so I talked about on Monday how one of my pillars of joy, and how one of the ways that I recognize that I am joy is the ability to recognize things as signs and symbols and realize the meaning that I put behind those signs and symbols. We talked about how the meaning that we put, or the symbolism that we put on something, someone, or certain situation can either help us or it can hurt us. We can look at things in any different ways. So Monday's question is, how are you framing those signs and symbols that show up in your life? When I saw that flag, I felt like, this is exactly what I needed to hear. Like, something pointed me to that flag. Like, I believed that message was for me in that moment. I could have thought about it in any other number of ways. I could have ignored it. I could have said, well, that's just a coincidence. It doesn't matter. But it showed up at that exact right time. So my symbolism that I put on it is that message was there for me that day. And so today, what I want to talk about is going from despair to determination. So, again, going back to the signs and symbols, when I looked at that flag, I could have said, okay, or I said, I feel like this is there for me. But then what we're talking about today is the now what. So we see a symbol, we see a person, we see a situation, we go, okay, I'm assigning it value. I'm saying that this is important to me in my life. It's something or someone or a circumstance that's speaking to me right now. But now what? And I think the trap that a lot of people get caught in is seeing something as a sign or a symbol or a necessary thing on your journey that you were supposed to see, and then sort of waiting for things to just happen. Or somebody's going to come and save you, or it's this is just the first of many symbols, we'll just sit and wait. Right. Think about, as an example, uh many of us saw the northern lights recently, a lot lower in the United States than we typically do. So we went outside. I mean, imagine, okay, just imagine this. You go outside to go try to see these northern lights. You look straight out, straight in front of you, coming out the door, and you go, I don't see anything. Okay, going back inside. And then not even like trying to look in a different direction, or not like messaging someone to say, hey, where do I look to see this? Like, just going outside and just going, yeah, I can't see it, and just go back in. But I think that's the trap that a lot of us fall in, because maybe we haven't leaned into our own determination of, okay, I'm going to find it. And maybe that's a poor example, because maybe seeing the northern lights isn't necessarily a priority for people. But let's talk about it in, the sense of health, for example. So I can resonate myself several times with not, the health struggles that I've had, of just letting myself sit in despair, going into a doctor's office, not hearing the results that I want or need in my life right now, and just sitting down, slumping over, and feeling sorry for myself. So I could have looked at that flag that I saw on Monday and said, well, that's a nice message. And that's it. But somewhere deep inside of us, we need to connect with that determination and ask ourselves what it is that we really want. In that moment, when I saw that flag, I was really struggling. And I had to ask myself when I saw it, what is it that I really want right now? And then go, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to continue because this is what I really want. And so I was thinking about, where does this determination come from? How do we actually shift from being in despair to being in a place of determination? And I would love to hear from all of you, any of your thoughts about this as well. But I think there are several different things that contribute to my determination. One, and I would say probably the highest percentage of what plays into my determination is a certain element of stubbornness. Um, I don't like to be told what to do. And I don't like being told that there's no way out. So because I have a very creative, intuitive mind I will give you 50 other ways to get out. Like I am innovative. That's the word I was looking for. So I will give you 50 other ways to get out. But I think there's an element of exploration, stubbornness within me that leads to the level of determination that I have for things. The second thing, which I think is so important, is surrounding myself with good people. Surrounding myself, well, who's good people? Well, you have to look at your own personality. So it is important for me to not always be surrounded by yes people, but people that are committed um, to communication with me, to knowing me as much as me knowing them, as much as me communicating with them, a mutual relationship of some kind. Someone who's going to build me up when I go and look at a flag and I say, okay, yeah, don't give up the ship. Yeah, that's great. But like things are really bad, for somebody to go, girl, what? That is not who you are. And so I think that surrounding myself with people who have taken the time to really know who I am and know what my needs are. And again, it's a mutual thing. Um, that really helps my level of determination too. Third thing that helps me turn from despair to determination, and y'all are gonna probably be not surprised and also not amused by this. I love my calendar. I have said this before. I have a love affair with my Google Calendar. Everything goes in my calendar, including things to take care of myself. If something is important to me, it goes in my calendar. Period. End of story. So many of you that are out there, your names have been in my calendar, because not just for appointments and things, even like, hey, reach out to Nancy today, ask Teresa this question today, talk to Brittany today. If it's important to me, it goes into my calendar. And I think that comes from my fourth thing, and because it kind of ties into the third here, is just having a certain level of accountability for yourself. If you have a certain way that you want to live, a certain way that you want to be, then you've got to hold yourself accountable. Ultimately, your spouse, your best friend, your accountability group, ultimately, even though those are supportive people, supportive situations, that they're still not they're not your god. They're not It's still not up to them to make it happen. It can only come within you. So even if you have a string of support, you also need to be supporting yourself. So, how can you support yourself in the goals and dreams and desires that you have? Set alarms, put things in your calendar, reach out if you need support and say, hey, I need support here. Those are all things that are really, really important. So, leaning into your stubbornness as a superpower, surrounding yourself with people who desire mutual relationships, understanding, and support. Keep a calendar, and fourth, hold yourself accountable. Those are all things that I feel like support me in moving from a space of despair to a space of determination, and ultimately help me to live with more joy. Live with more joy. Absolutely. I I really love this calendar thing. Listen, I need to to go back. I used to teach a scheduling intensive. I did would do one-on-one appointments with people to help them learn how to make friends with their calendar. And I feel like there's times when I feel like I really need to bring that back, because it's such a space of joy to see people go into this space of like, I didn't know I could do all that, or I didn't know I could be so responsible and in control of my own life. And it's not about, being rigid and structured. I don't teach in a way like that because I am not that way. I don't like to be told what to do, even by my own self. Even by my own calendar. Some of y'all have heard me yell at my calendar before, like, don't be the boss of, you're not the boss of me, and I will move things around. Okay. Even though I'm the one that put it there, but that's besides the point. But I really do love that the ability to be in control and flexible, and like just put things there that are important to you. It's just so important. So anyway, Teresa said, for me to get out of despair, I have to come to a complete surrender. It takes a little while to get to that, but the minute I hit surrender, I get a refreshing new alignment and downloads. I love that, Teresa. And some of it is about surrendering. It really is. And so when I think about surrender, I want to talk about this for just a moment because I think it's really important. So I'm processing as I go. Please bear with me. When I think about surrender, I think a lot of times, when I think initially of the words, I feel like it's throwing caution to the wind, like just letting things be that will be. That's what I sort of think of in my mind when I hear that word surrender. But sometimes I feel like it's about surrendering to what you need rather than what you want in the moment. I've moved from a place, I'm recognizing as I'm talking through this, I've moved from a place of surrendering, meaning surrendering to just what will be, to surrendering to self discipline, surrendering to my needs instead of my wants, surrendering to what's best for me rather than whatever kind of, like, for example, prime example of this, we talked about national days today. So National Avocado Day and National Raspberry Cake Day. Now, originally, my original definition of surrender would be eat the cake. Like, just eat, it's just let go. Just what will be will be. If cakes presents itself, go ahead and eat it. It's National Raspberry Cake Day. But surrendering to me means more of and surrendering to There it is, Nancy. There. Oh, hold on. I got to go back. Surrendering to the highest good. And sometimes the highest good isn't really clear when the highest good, our self, makes the highest good look like raspberry cake. Right? Sometimes our highest good makes it look, sometimes it looks like raspberry cake, but it's not. That's not our highest good. It really isn't. For me, it's a let go and let God type of thing. I surrender to the calm within. Yeah, I love that too. And the key is asking yourself, okay, if the things that are actually our highest good, so the avocado, the exercise, some of these things that are in fact our highest good, to ask ourselves, why don't we feel that calm? Why don't we feel a level of surrender or calmness around the taking care of ourselves? So asking ourselves, I guess that's another, I don't think that would tie into determination, but it's definitely mixed in there as well. Yes, though. So this is surrendering, being guided to the highest good, going this way towards the avocado instead of the raspberry cake. I love it. I love it. I know you would, Danielle, but I also know your husband would go the other direction, which I get because I want the cake too. It's just not happening. Also, good morning, Danielle. Good to see you here today. So those are my thoughts today as we move into this space of continuing to talk about pillars of joy. We've talked about recognizing signs and symbols and what's the weight or the meaning that we give to the signs and symbols that show up in our lives. And then how do we move from a space of despair or simply recognizing those signs and symbols into determination? Now I'm going to do something about it. That's the question. So we'll continue this series coming up on Friday as we continue to look into that flag that was flying that said, don't give up the ship. Don't give up the ship. All of that being said, we're going to take a super quick break. You're going to see the teaser trailer to the Friendship Paradox, the Breakthrough Show Network, and we'll be right back with birthdays. Don't go anywhere.
On April 4th, I was 90 years old, grandson of slaves. My parents were first generation free. A long time ago, I embraced the definition of love. Love is the experience of well-being. And a friend is one who mutually shares that experience of well-being with you, which opens up almost infinite creative possibilities.
They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home. where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Today is Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. We didn't even mention in the beginning, we meaning me, didn't even mention in the beginning, it's the last day of July. It's the last day of July, friends. Does anybody else feel like time is going so fast? I mentioned this yesterday. There's moments where it drags, and then I'm like, I blink and it's 3 days later. Anybody else? So weird. Anyway, it's wild to me. Listen, I'm excited to do birthdays with you here in just a minute, but I gotta give a quick shout out. Sometimes when we have a long break like that, I will enjoy my breakfast here behind the scenes, or I'll drink something or whatever. And I'm like, it literally all I have is maybe at max 2 minutes to eat something or whatever. And one day I was eating my avocado toast with the sprouts on it, like I shared with you guys. And on the commercial break, or on the afterwards, I get a message from Miss Nancy that's like, you have something in your teeth. And I had no idea, because I'm just sitting here talking, not paying attention. So now, thanks to the kindness of Miss Nancy, when I go to eat, I always leave myself a moment to turn and look here in my mirror and make sure that I have nothing in my teeth as I come back and talk to you guys. This is what real friendship is, boys and girls. This is what real friendship is. Like, girl, you got something, get it fixed really quickly. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here with us on Project Joy Live this morning. Who is feeling more joy? Anybody feeling more joyful? Did anybody feel the joy in that friendship paradox teaser? Anybody? Hits me in some kind of way. November 29th, you guys go to thefriendshipparadox.com and get registered to get notifications when we come out with new stuff. It's an amazing project. So thankful. Let's talk about birthdays today, because that's another reason to celebrate.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes, we have it covered. Yes, beautiful. Yes, love it. The energy and warmth of it. I'm so glad you guys are excited as I am for this project. Let's talk about birthdays in the world of celebrity. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, 59 years old today. Those books changed my life in such a huge way. So happy birthday, J.K. Rowling. Thank you for sharing your talent with the world. Shark Tank regular Mark Cuban, 66 years old today. Country singer Zac Brown is 46 years old today. OG in the actor world, Wesley Snipes, 62 years old today. And very exciting, the original voice of Siri, Susan Bennett, 75 years old today. I watched this whole video talking about how she didn't even know that she was becoming the voice of Siri when she was auditioning. She thought she was auditioning for people that she had auditioned for before. She thought that's what it was for. And I guess next thing you know, she's the voice of Siri, and it really changed her life. So Susan Bennett, 75 years old today. Also, actor BJ Novak, 45 years old, from the show The Office, among other things. Happy birthday, BJ. In the celebrities in my life, on the Facebook, Kathy Homeyer has a birthday today. My good friend Catherine Grider Ward Newsom from Alabama days, and school friend Elizabeth Oakes has a birthday today. So all of those birthdays, let's get our birthday song on. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear J.K. Rowling, Mark Cuban, Zac Brown, Wesley Snipes, Susan Bennett, BJ Novak, Kathy Homeyer, Catherine Grider Ward Newsom, and Elizabeth Oakes. Happy birthday to you. happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. I hope you're set up to have an amazing day. Teresa was saying, yes, I love the energy and warmth of the trailer. Nancy, I loved the trailer. Nancy is also the real MVP. She got me in a new habit, check in the mirror before I come back on the show. Love it. And good morning, Miss Lynn. Good to see you today. Y'all do me a favor. Everybody send some good vibes to Miss Lynn's family, as one of her family members has been struggling with their health. So send some good vibes Miss Lynn's way. Okay. Do that for me this morning. Let's talk about what's going on the Breakthrough Show Network the rest of the week. Well, we already had our big time premiere last night, so now there's nothing left to do. See, that's one of the little traps that I get caught in when I have a big, launch or release or something. I feel this big energetic release, so that I'm like, we could just nap. We could just nap now, but no, we cannot. We cannot nap now. Why? Because we have a busy day. We have a Pomodoro session, virtual co-working, coming up at 1:55 p.m. Eastern time today. All you have to do to visit our virtual community is go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club. Can somebody put that down in the chat for me? The breakthroughshownetwork.club. And when you get there, you're going to see a layout of all of the different rooms we have. For co-working, you go to workspaces. I know, mind blowing. And you go to our collaborative workspace for any of our co-working sessions. We got at 1:55 p.m. Eastern time today, and also at the 9:55 Eastern time slot on Friday. Friday is going to be, in and out here on the Breakthrough Show because it's a very busy day for me. We have Project Joy in the morning. It's also Dorothy Auger's birthday, so we're going to be airing her episode of the Breakthrough Show, as well as the compilation of the For Love poem. Then we have co-working at 9:55. We have Brittany on the Breakthrough Show Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then I am off because why? It's a national holiday, friends, as I am going to the concert Friday that I have been waiting 33 years to go to, and that is New Kids on the Block. It's happening, everybody. So you can expect that I will be acting like a whole fool on Project Joy on Friday. And I'm sure I'll still be flying high on Monday when I come back as well. But yes, New Kids on the Block opening for them, Paula Abdul and DJ Jazzy Jeff. It's going to be a whole throwback. My husband is entertaining this. He's wearing a t-shirt that I got him. We're wearing like kind of matchy shirts. I've got some very cute nail decals that look like all the new kids. Yes, I know. I got a cute little bedazzled hat that I made that says the Magic Summer Tour. It's a whole vibe on Friday. I'm so excited, you guys. So excited. I told the people, my husband yesterday. So all of this health stuff that I've been dealing with last night, I was not feeling great last night. And my husband has the nerve. Okay, I need everybody to go to the chat and just say the nerve. Just say the nerve. You don't even need to know why yet, because you just need to put the nerve in the chat. He has the nerve to say to me, well, if you're not feeling great, I could just take Nina. Nina's our daughter. And my eyes went like that. And I said, I don't care if you have to wheel me in with an IV bag. If I was in the hospital, you better roll the gurney. Okay? No one is going in my place. All right. He's like, well, we could just sell the I said, listen right now. You better wheel me in. So now that the nerve of him, absolutely 100%. You message him and you say, wheel her in. Wheel her in. Luckily, I feel great. I feel great today. And we're going to continue that vibe for Friday. But I will tell you what, absolutely not. You will wheel me in. I'm very excited for Friday, as you can tell. So all of that being said, hope you guys are set up to have a great week. Join us for co-working. We'd love to have you there. jump in wherever, anytime we have events in the community here. Love for you to be here. And I will be back Friday for you guys in another episode of Project Joy Live to talk about the pillars and all of that stuff. So all of that being said, I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to thank you so much for being here today and remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. Why? Because you are the joy. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
And I've been lifting myself up, yeah, I've been climbing.